I see you hovering over this video. I know you want to click it. You love Minecraft. You love it. Welcome back. In my forever world today, I mean business. Not only am I going to put a giant mountain above my base where my castle will lie, and it's the biggest project I've ever done, but I'm going to be switching other things up today as well. You see this house? It was built a whole year ago, and I have improved so much as a builder that I think that I can do better. So, better I'm going to do. It's already gone. Don't fret, young one. I'm way too nostalgic about my build, so I just moved it over here. But with such a focal point right here in the middle of our village, and the fact that I love to build out of copper, and I need honeycomb, stupid. You see this 18 I have? Yeah, that's all I got. I need a lot more than that. So what's better than trapping a bunch of bees in the tiny little room and juicing them for the rest of their sad little lives? You get that? Now, funny enough, I've never done this before, and I do believe I have all the materials I need. And this guy over here told me it might be a little boring, but I don't really care. Oh my, what I think of boring. Yeah, that's what I thought. Luckily for me though, a baby could do this. This was extremely simple. It is pretty much just comparators. Yeah, this is ugly. Wires and dispensers. Aside to our left over here has honeycomb. We have a bunch of shears in our dispensers. Oh gosh, this is ugly. And this side over here will be harvesting honey bottles for honey blocks. I don't know if I've ever actually made a bee farm like this before. All we need right now is to breed them up. We're doing this at the start of the video because we do need a bunch of bees. Just a lot of bee blocks for this bee shelter we're about to build. This building is way more glorious than the bell tower, and I'm very, very excited about it. So while we collect all the honey we need for that build, we're gonna start another one today. Remember when I said it was the biggest one I've ever done? I was not talking about that bee shelter. You see this land over here? Big forest of goodness. It is boring. I have never liked this hill over next to me. I have always envisioned a mountain over there, and I think we're about there. It's going to take a whole lot of resources, terracotta, moss, grass, stone, you name it. We need it. And this is already my favorite view of the base, just flying in from the coast. And I think a nice mountain here is going to seal the deal. Plus, I would love to have a castle over here. Maybe not today, but we can definitely get the foundations of that started for sure. And most of what I'm missing right now is the terracotta for this. Obviously, we need it green because it's supposed to resemble grass. And I already have a cactus farm over here. It goes automatically into my storage system, so I'm not worried about the cactus green. We have a moss farm over yonder, so we have moss, obviously. We have our stone generator, so I say we are like 3/4 of the way there. All we need is that terracotta. So I'm gonna pack up this beacon right over here, and we can head down our nether highway that we constructed a couple episodes ago, right to our mesa biome. Told you this come in handy. Ace 2, let's go. Hey now. Yep, Instamine. And I forgot a bunch of shulker boxes. Yeah, we're gonna definitely need some. Look at me go collecting all that terracotta. We also needed a whole bunch of other stuff like green concrete. So we had to collect some gravel and a few other here and there blocks, but that doesn't matter because it's almost mountain time. And after all of that hell on earth, we finally have all the materials, kind of. See, as you saw, we got a pretty big space we're working with here. So here in our material tree, I guess, all of these shulker boxes are filled with their desired blocks, but we'll probably definitely need more of all of them. This will get us a good shape going, and then we can kind of fill in the gaps as we go along. And just like that, the very beginning stages of this landscape is complete. And it is way different, for sure. I love it, though. I love this view. This view has always been my favorite. It's just really good at balancing out this picture. And when we get stuff going in the background, that will look insane. I am a massive fan. And it took a week. It took a week of my life, but it was, I think, worth it. And I cannot wait to finally get some new builds up and running, all of which are out of the style of this entire village, which, is bittersweet. We had a lot of fun working on this the last 2 years. Oh God. But it's time to give it a rest while we were working. By the way, this side's broken. I don't know what to do. We are getting some honey bottles, and these dispensers are filling with honey, not in the way I want it to. But anyways, this is how much honey we've gotten so far while I've been working on the mountain, which is a pretty good start. And we definitely have enough for our build that's going right here. Yeah, remember that? Then I think we should just tidy up, maybe add some pathways into the mountain. I want to fix that house. It's really bothering me today. But obviously, starting at square one here. Okay, this build is interesting for a number of reasons. I typically pre-make my builds. I like to fool around in creative, get my creative juices flowing, and then whatever I like to implement into my world. Now, I did have a plan, and I collected all the materials for it, but I decided to use all those materials and just free build a new one. I knew what I liked, I knew what I didn't like, and I really, really, really love the result, especially the roof with the shelves. I think that looks great, and I've never really even worked with that before, and I believe it to be 1,000 times better than the original. 10 out of 10. And just like that, the bee house is officially done, and may I just say, I think it's pretty. As far as the smaller details, I love the little honeycomb. That's pretty much the only way you can tell it's the bee house. Also, the sign, the bee's knees, my honey bulletin board using the shelves. I love the shelves. And of course, I had to do the interior. It's nothing much, but it leads all the way to this little window up top. Oh yeah, almost forgot, a ladder down to the bees. I've been in here lately, but yeah, we're still going. I think it gives it a very nice contrast to the rest of the base. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's one glaring problem in this image. You damn right it's this house. I mean, look at it. That's not even really a house. It's an abomination. And that's no good. It's been like this for far too long. So what do we do? Well, to be honest, I think the first thing we need to do is get rid of that second layer. I think it's worse than a stub toe. This house is supposed to well, it's supposed to look like it predates everything else. Technically, that's the first house, but this mining basement area is really where the main operation has been the whole time. So I wanted to give it a pretty build, but maybe I'm just an idiot. But this build is supposed to look very, very old. Okay. Well, that is a start. And you know what? I kind of still hate it. I want it to look like it, you know, kind of doesn't fit in, but it looks too much like it doesn't fit in, if you know what I mean. So I think I'm going to switch up the colors. That'll fix it, right? I'm changing this to red sandstone. I think that'll look better. It'll match this, which will kind of actually blend in the rest of the area as well. I think that'll be good. Also, if I don't like that, I'm probably gonna switch that to Palo. And if that doesn't work, well, we're just going full revert back to the cherry. Surely we won't have to do that, right? Please, for the love of God. I already like that 10 times better. Do I like it better? Absolutely. Is it where I want it to be? No. No. I do have an idea, I think. I don't have much spruce, so I can't try a lot of this. Yeah, no, we're bringing another wood type into it. I would love for this to look more like the pale oak that we use everywhere, but just an older version of that wood. And after changing everything about it, literally, I think we are to a point of somewhat happiness. I don't know. Probably one of the builds I'll never be happy with, and you know, that's just gonna have to be okay. I do like it though, and my favorite view, honestly, is coming up here in this side view on the mountain. I love it. It's actually pretty cool. The back is, you know, it needs work, but that's fine, right? We can do that another time. I'll be honest though, I am slumped, and I am also flying. What the hell? So I would like to, I'd like to drown. Then I would like to thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, you know, maybe like it. If you want to stick around, you should probably do that. We got fun things happening. And, you know, now we got to conquer that stupid mountain. I almost forgot about it. All right, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.